Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning. Welcome to Mornings at the Cabin on your Monday morning. Yes, you felt it right this morning. It's minus 30 this morning with a dusting of snow, a frosting, if you will. Frosted sugar of snow. Ollie and Wheeler with you. Lekter will join us after the first break, as is tradition. It is day 38, and I have still not seen Bird Box, and I don't care. Ollie?
Snowfall warning, Hay River and Fort Smith, 15 centimeters coming your way.
Good Lord.
Over the next 24 hours, so keep an eye out for that.
That's half a foot.
Yeah, it's not bad, eh?
That's not bad.
Yeah, if you're interested in building a snowman, then there's fresh supplies coming your way.
That's right. Okay, good. Well, that's good to know. Good to know about that. If it may affect your morning commute. It may not.
That's what I'm here for, Jesse. I'm in the business of knowing.
That's right. You are. Is that what news? No, that's
nose.
Nose. I'm the business of nose.
Here's
Fake
the nose. These are the people who refuse to talk to me today. Here is the nose.
The list grows ever longer. Your commute probably won't be affected here in Yellowknife unless you don't like the sound of gravel being tossed up into your wheel wells, because there's some fresh gravel out there on the main roads. I do love that sound. I don't know why.
Yeah, distinctly northern sound.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's
only place in the world that puts small rocks on the ground as a grip enhancement.
That's right. Why plow when you can put gravel down?
We'll just put new Earth down here.
That's
we'll just
right.
Rebuild the planet.
That's absolutely right. Make the world flatter and flatter. We all know it's flat. Let's stop kidding ourselves. That's all.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Mornings at the Cabin. Last night, a new Game of Thrones teaser for Season 8 was released. No new information, but it's still cool to get another glimpse because Phoenix and I have been catching up. I know you and Nicole have been catching up. Ollie, you're all caught up?
Yep.
All right, so we're all caught up. Now,
of course, you may not be listening, so we will not spoil it.
We will not spoil a thing.
It's
right?
not just about us.
It's not just about us. It's not just us having a conversation. There are people possibly listening to this. I keep hearing that people are listening, but the numbers that we see would not reflect that. But it was a cool little trailer, so, I guess we can't really... There's nothing in the trailer that... No, I don't think we can actually say anything if you haven't caught up.
Well, you said nothing happened in the trailer.
Well, nothing really does happen. It's a teaser that doesn't feature, or at least appears to not feature, any new footage from the show. Right? So from Season 8. So...
Did it get you excited?
Of course. I mean, because we just finished catching up on everything. We started it during Christmas, and we started at Season 4 because we're like, we probably won't have time to watch the entire series before April.
Right.
We got through Season 4 and 4 through 7 in 2 weeks.
So how confusing were the first few episodes of Season 4 if you were just going from scratch?
Oh, if you were going from scratch, if you started at Season 4, you wouldn't have any clue what the heck was going on. Here's the thing, though. I started watching this with Phoenix in 2013 is when I finally broke down. I was like, fine, I'll watch it. You know.
Oh, were you one of those cool cats who's like, oh, everyone else is watching this, but I'm not going to? Yeah, I do that. I do that all the time.
I am a cool cat. Thank you for finally recognizing that. I am a cool cat.
Wait till the novelty wears off.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. But I mean, having her because she knows all the books, like back to front, she's read them all a bunch of times, so she knows, and she knew all the history and stuff. So she's kind of explaining it as we go, which I think is needed. Like I've read the first book,
nice,
but not the rest of it. I haven't read the whole thing because I am lazy. But she kind of explained the whole thing and why this is significant, why that look is significant, why that person said this thing, and like all the changes that the show did from the books. And that helps a ton. I think even if you go in cold at Season 1, you'll be like, what's going on?
So you attended a Game of Thrones lecture series.
I did.
Delivered by your partner.
By my partner.
Who would hit pause and then be like, now you see, holding like one of those lectures,
exactly.
Like one of those long rulers, tapping on the side of the screen.
Exactly.
Now you'll see this look here.
Yeah.
Now this will become important a little later on in the scene.
Yes.
Play.
When they're talking about the Reach, they mean this family. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But I mean, it's
Next slide.
It's such a dense series of books. Like George R. R. Martin is a historian as well, so he kind of creates... He can't make a plot point without making sure that everything all the tendrils kind of connect,
right?
Which is why it takes him like 18 years to write a book.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're all excited about like the new book, but I mean, the show is going to end before the new book is out,
right?
And the creators since I think Season 6 have been on their own. Yeah. Basically, they've passed the books.
Well, and they've kind of been collaborating with George R. R. Martin.
Of course.
Like,
No,
okay, this is where we're supposed to be headed, right? This is where
he's told them how it's going to end.
Yeah.
So they have something to shoot for, mind you. That because of all the changes, they have to make it all work in their universe.
Right.
It's just a really good show.
Yeah. I find there's no phrase I utter more often while watching Game of Thrones than "oh right."
Oh right, the gas. Yeah, I know, right?
So many times. Don't you remember what this happened? This person did this. Oh. No,
yeah,
okay,
we
that
can't
makes sense
spoil
now.
it, but there's so many things I do want to talk about. Let's, you know what? Like, let's do a Game of Thrones podcast. Let's just sit around one evening. We'll have some people here that really know the books and who will be like, it was different in the book while they push up their glasses.
Oh, this already sounds like so much fun to listen to.
It's fun. It's totally fun.
I'd be so useless for that.
I would
watch the whole series. I don't remember anything.
I don't
we're
remember
talking
any
about
of this stuff.
Is that person in this show, or have they yet to appear?
Littlefingers from Sopranos, right? Yeah, and Big Pussies from Game of Thrones. That's the name of a character. I'm allowed to say that.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter with you on your Monday morning, letting your free flag fly. Ollie, tell us more about the gibberish I'm spitting.
Free flags. So you can get the flag from the Peace Tower on Parliament Hill.
Why would you want that?
Because it's a nice flag and it normally costs you $140.
What flag is this?
It's the Canadian flag.
Oh, the Canadian flag.
Yes.
Okay.
Just whatever flag they happen to have up there.
So
that week.
Traditionally, in Parliament, they like to fly the Canadian flag.
They like to.
It's their preference.
Right.
Might as well be the Chinese flag, though, right? I don't know.
Well, I just thought there might be a backlog of straight pride flags from New Brunswick.
That's right.
So
This
wasn't sure if they're trying to clear out stock.
You can also have those for free.
Very different
to
way to
burn.
Yeah. So you can get one of these flags. And they rotate them. I forget what it is now. It's like every few months or something. They take one down, they put a new one up.
Okay.
And then the retired flag gets packed off and sent to somebody on a waiting list.
Very
Which
nice.
is great, right? Nice.
The waiting list is like 20 years long, though, isn't
It's
it?
114 years long.
114.
Whoa.
How are there that many people that are like, you know what I want? I want the flag that was flying above Parliament. Who cares?
I mean, it's kind of cool.
I guess.
I'd take it.
It's kind of cool.
I wouldn't
But
wait 114 years, but
That's it.
Are the flags made in Canada? That's all I want to know.
You will be dead by the time that your flag arrives. There's no if or but about it. You will be dead.
There might not even be a Canada in 114 years.
But there will be its flags.
Yay.
And that memory will linger in a
That's
little
right.
red maple leafy tattered way.
and they will be free.
So the good news is there are other
Plus
flags.
tax.
There are other flags you can sign up for that are smaller from
great.
the east and west blocks of Parliament, which
nice.
also fly the Canadian flag. You can sign up for those waiting lists. They are only 99 years long,
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
which is much more reasonable.
Reasonable.
Becoming manageable.
That's right. So if you gave it to like someone who just had a baby, maybe that baby has a chance to get a flag.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, average age of a Canadian man is 80. Average woman can expect to live to 84. So,
But I mean, the baby who's going to live to be 150 has already been born.
Average lifespan of a Canadian man's only 80? Is
Hey,
that what you meant?
It used to be 30. So I think we've done pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. Perspective, we're doing.
Exactly.
All right, but
2,500 years ago, it was 30.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've done pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah, 80.
all right.
I mean, it got up. I think it peaked at like 81.
Yeah,
but
but
80 is.
those women, they've still got 4 years. They're still carving out 4 years on men.
yeah,
That's what well,
that's
finally get some time to yourself, I guess. Another 3 years.
Nice little 4 years of peace at the end. Is what
That's
you're
right.
saying.
That's
right.
Beautiful 4 years.
From 80 to 84, it's just like, The fridge is clean.
Yeah. No guys walking up to you while you got headphones on going, hey, you want to talk? Are you talking? You want to talk? What are you listening to?
You don't think that happens to 84-year-olds?
I hope it does. So they can just roll their eyes really, really hard. Okay, free flags. 114 years, 99 years. Let's get on that waiting list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can just pass it down to your kids. I mean, that's kind of, I imagine that's kind of the point, right? I sign up for it, and then I put it on the paper. It's like, and then my son, and then any other progeny.
Has your family lived in the same house for 114 years?
No.
So that's the problem.
Oh, what?
How are they going to get the flag to you?
Oh, well, no.
So 140 years comes along. Someone has to remember.
I
to
imagine
write
there's some way
to
of
the-
tracking citizens in this country.
Well, the problem is that the onus is on you. So when you sign up, you are obliged to contact them every time you change address. for the next 114 years.
Okay.
Because you can never tell exactly where you are in the line. There's no public thing. So basically, you've got to remember to write to them. It's a free flag. You will get this $140 flag for free, but you have to remember every time your family changes address for the next century to let them know. Otherwise, you'll miss your spot in the line.
So if you're just living in an old house now, you happen to be.
That's right.
You could have a free flag in the mail.
It's not free. My taxes paid for it.
It's the worst system in the world.
Cabin Radio's morning show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
Dead North, as we know, is just around the corner, and it looks like everybody was doing their filming this week. Like, Des was sharing pictures. Everybody's sharing pictures from their shoot this week. And it looks like this was the weekend that everybody just had time.
Yeah, the last 2 weekends seemed like they were the ones to go for. What was it? We had a pretty mild day, I think, on, I guess, Friday.
Yeah.
That would have been the time to shoot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah, yesterday would have been a pretty frozen day to be out there doing that.
Yeah.
But my Instagram feed has just looks like some kind of war hit the Northwest Territories because there are people bleeding everywhere.
An arsenic war?
Sure, why not?
Sure.
War on the People by Big Arsenic.
Big arsenic.
Well, that's essentially what we've got now.
It's just a group of 95-year-old guys who can barely, sit up. Arsenic's still...
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it looked like a ton of fun. We still have, there's still some people shooting, though, because we have got people coming in this week, right?
Yep.
We do, yeah. Tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon. And you might have a little cameo.
Bunch of students coming in to film their own Dead North scenes in Cabin Radio, with apparently a little cameo opportunity as well. So that's exciting.
Nice. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. Cabin Radio continues to get guerrilla marketing out of Dead North every year.
It's a good partnership.
It's a beautiful partnership. I think Dead North would challenge the definition of the word partnership in as much as they have not said a word. Having said that, we get them on here. We talk about Dead North. We talk about that. We earn that free advertising.
That's right.
Getting a little unnerving how associated Cabin Radio is becoming with gore and violence.
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. Well, the first sticker we ever put on the board here, I'm looking at it right now, is the Dead North NWT flag sticker.
Oh, with the blood.
With the rabid fox and the
How
blood.
long do we have to wait for that one?
What? It was last year.
Flag joke.
Oh.
Anyway.
Take it easy, Scott. We're going to have a heartache. I'm sorry. I'm going to steal your stuff.
We're regressing.
Oh, that's a Lady Gaga song. Yeah, so Dead North, that's very exciting. I'm always excited to see a bunch of films in my news feed. Once again, not invited to be in any of these movies, but looking forward to next year when I'm just going to do my own. And it'll just be a picture of me it'll just be me in the snow being stabbed by a caribou antler. That's the whole movie. And then I'll just say the line that they need me to say, which is whatever it's going to be.
I'm going to guess that you probably never got recruited because everyone thought Uncle Jamie was going to be somewhere in Dead North this year, but apparently that's not happening, I guess. Yeah. Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm just joking.
Oh, Uncle Jamie not released.
No, but there was a little bit of a conversation, but not really. I mean, we kind of talked about. I mean, that's like, who's got time? Who's got time? I know all these go-getters make all this time for their stuff. You get one day off a week.
Who are these people?
I don't know. I'm gonna spend it out in the snow filming stuff.
Uncle Jamie, mate. This is your character out of Elijah and the Rock Creature, which is becoming becoming. People want a sequel.
The best character.
Yeah, well, because he just appears to be faintly lecherous and
much like the creator of Uncle Jamie.
It's very
faintly lecherous.
True to life performance.
Absolutely.
And we all want to know what happens next to Uncle Jamie. I think an Uncle Jamie Dead North feature. We can begin a campaign for that for next year.
I think we could do that. I think I just got to talk to Jen Walden, sit her down, and be like, "Listen, we'll treat it with respect, but he is going to get stabbed by a caribou repeatedly."
Speaking of that movie, that's gone down to Austin. That
I
was
know.
in Whistler as
It's
well.
in Whitehorse.
Doing really well. It's in Whitehorse. Start of February.
That's right.
Three Feathers is getting its world premiere.
That's right.
Three Feathers start of February, and I don't even know if we did too much on this, but Frostbite by the kids at Sorte We School in Dedda got an award down in Toronto.
Nice.
In the back end of last year as well.
Amazing.
So we're doing okay. Filming up here is doing all right.
I'm actually going to be going to Cannes this year. I'll just be there.
Just heading there. Yeah.
Pitching.
Nice.
Not for anything.
It'll be warm.
Not really. I'll just be like, I am not even going to be near the festival. I'm just going to be like in France. So
I'd be staying at like an Airbnb 300 kilometers away.
That's right. Yeah.
But I'm attending Cannes this year. That's all you need to be able to say.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm attending Cannes this year. It's going to be great. Not going to anything, though. It's fine.
Did I ever tell you about our time in Cannes?
You can tell us that later.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Yeah, he's still doing the thing.
What? What thing?
Leave the puzzle alone.
Oh, sorry. It's just force of habit now. It's like I can't quit. I'm like a smoker. I need something in my hand. My one hand.
Here, look, here's a screwdriver.
Oh, there we are. I'll just take apart this board.
You don't twirl a pen? You're not a pen twirler?
You know what? I can twirl
Can't
it
do
a little bit. You know, like, but there's people who like can do it between their two fingers and make it look like they're twirling a drumstick or whatever. I can't do that.
Practice makes perfect.
I don't want to practice that.
And for the next 3 months, the sound of pencils hitting the floor.
The Who, for goodness sake, are coming to Rogers Place in Edmonton.
Goodness sake.
It's a ways away. It's October 23rd, 1986. 2019. But the announcement was made this morning, and that's pretty awesome. Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend going to come in, bring the Who, and whoever else they have in the Who, with a symphony orchestra backing them up.
Really?
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's very cool. So, I mean, we'll, I don't know. I think we should try to get tickets for that and give them away.
Got lots of time.
You never know. They might call us on the day of and say, can you give away a couple free tickets?
Maybe.
You never know. They could probably do that. We'll send them a proposal, see what happens. But the Who will also be releasing their first album of new songs in 13 years later this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. And I think that's going to be a pretty incredible show. They haven't done, this is their first tour in a little while. And yeah, they're going to be touring out. It's called the Moving On Tour, and it's hitting Rogers Place on October 23rd. And I would like to see that. So I'm going to go.
As much as I love the Who, it's sad that my only Who story, my only personal story, seeing them in concert,
Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
is no, they're the worst concert I ever saw. What? Of all the shows I've been to, the Who was the worst.
Why?
The Who's down in Whoville.
So it was about, I think it was like 2006 in Winnipeg, and they just had a catastrophe of a show. There was just technical glitches left and right. They were visibly frustrated. And I mean, fair enough. Like, you know, things are going wrong that are kind of beyond your control. You'd be frustrated too. But, you know, you expect guys that have been doing it for this long, you can kind of figure out a way to kind of roll with the punches, right? Not just kind of stand there grumpily in the middle of the stage, be like, is anything going to work here?
I feel like if you're putting that much money into something, you would probably, your patience would probably be shorter. It's like, we're making $600 million in this tour.
I mean,
we can't
that's
get
fair.
tech going on.
Yeah.
Also, Winnipeg is like, we're going to go from Toronto to Edmonton, but we got to stop in Winnipeg first.
I will say that in contrast to that, one of the years I went to Winnipeg Folk Festival and Elliot Brood was playing.
Yeah.
They put on arguably one of my favorite performances I've ever seen, and it was so memorable because the power was completely cut to their stage twice during their sets. I don't know what was happening here either. If someone just tripped over a cord and then was on their way back from the beer garden and tripped over it again or something. But yeah, they were in the middle of a song and the power just cut out completely. You couldn't hear anything except the kick drum going in the snare, and they're like, all right, we're just going to roll with it. And they just kind of started improvising on stage.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Speaking of performers dealing with technical glitches, anyone who was at the Craig Cardiff shows in Yellowknife this weekend, was it any better than last time? Because last time Craig Cardiff was in Yellowknife, he had a show-long fight with the sound guy delivered through the medium of his lyrics. And it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It was well worth the price of admission alone, but I did fear at the end of it that Craig Cardiff would never come back to town because the whole thing, there was essentially a mild disagreement between the sound engineer and him as to how the show should be engineered. And yeah, he just used, like, he'd be strumming along, and you should not touch that button anymore because I can control it up here. And it was just the most passive-aggressive delight I have ever had the privilege to witness. So I hope it went way better this time around. I love going to see his shows. Didn't get a chance this time around. But honestly, it was one of those where I thought, he's never coming back. Thanks, Craig. Thanks for coming. Thanks for everything. See you some other town.
Where was Craig on the Folk on the Rocks stage this past summer?
I was going to say, that reminds us, of Quantum Tangle's performance, where it's just like every song was like, can we do this? Up, no, down. Can we do this? Unplug everything. That's fine.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Folk on the Rocks will be
you blew my ears
this
out.
year.
What's that?
Folk on the Rocks will be acoustic this year.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. An all acoustic folk show. Yeah. Just
Back
like
to
the
roots.
Just like the old folk shows back in the day. We won't get into why Bob Dylan was booed at a folk festival, but
No.
The Who coming to Edmonton Rogers Place October 23rd. I mean, I'll try to get tickets.
Yeah.
if we're going to do that.
Why the heck not?
That's right. I'm not going to fly you down there, but I'll get you a couple tickets maybe. Upper Bowl.
Yeah.
Way in the back.
Yeah. You want to see the whole thing.
Well, behind the stage.
Yeah.
That's where I like to
Behind
see
the stage.
at concerts.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
So last week we had, you've got that little micro brawler, it's called, of your sister who wrestles for Impact Wrestling. Very,
Watching
very cool.
over the cabin
Watching
as we speak.
Yeah, that's right. But just on the ledge, ready to swan dive onto someone's chest,
Yep.
pin them for the 3 count.
Yep.
I did some research because I think we should get our own action figures.
Oh, yeah?
So I contacted Micro Brawlers. And I
Okay.
said, do you do custom orders? We've got one of these. I happen to know this person.
Yeah.
Kind of. 2 degrees of separation.
Right.
1 degree of separation.
Yeah.
And they said, no,
No.
leave us alone. No, they have to order thousands of them, so they don't do custom orders. So unless we ordered thousands of each of us, we wouldn't be able to get them. But I did do some more research, and there are some artists out there who will 3D print. You send them a picture, they'll 3D print out an action figure for. I want to do it. I think we should
3D
get
printing is amazing.
That's right.
We haven't talked about that enough.
We don't even have a 3D printer here at the cabin.
We don't.
are years behind other radio stations that have 3D printers.
In theory, we could have built this whole studio with a 3D printer.
I am sitting on a 3D printed chair.
Huh.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Huh? It's made from recycled condom wrappers.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
well, that's
the coolest thing about 3D printing is that, like, basically when it gets to a point where everyone's got one in their home, you'd be able to toss your garbage at it, and it's going to turn it into something for you, like a new door handle.
Yeah. That's where it's headed.
Well, that's kind of the thing. I mean, like using recycled materials in order to create something else, like replacement parts for things or whatever.
They just continue to amaze.
They do. But on the action figure front, I do want to I want to see. I'm going to contact one of these Etsy artists.
Okay.
Which is where I kind of got to, which was probably the most affordable one. Get one of those guys and see what we can get. See what we can come up with.
I mean, I guess it doesn't so much make sense that Cabin Radio show host action figures would come from a company called Micro Brawlers.
I don't know. I feel like we brawl.
We brawl with our words.
We brawl with our words. Every morning we're fighting back and forth. Point, counterpoint. I don't know. But that would be kind of cool to have our own action figures and just kind of place them around the place and then make some more and give them away. I'm sure people want them.
Sure, people are dying.
I'm pretty sure somebody wants an action figure of me in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to make it rip, though. I'm going to make it make it have like an 8-pack and yeah.
Oh, maybe we could get some like Cabin Radio, not to bring us kicking and screaming back to the holidays that we just got out of.
That's right.
But some Cabin Radio hosts on a shelf.
No, there you go. Watching out over you. Getting used to that police state.
That's right.
Mine. Yeah, I'm gonna make mine look like The Rock. otherwise it'll just look like Cartman. But I'm gonna work on that. We'll give you updates as we get them as to whether or not we're gonna have our own action figures, and then we can just have like a video where we're wrestling them or something.
Yeah.
Or we can try to find someone to make us like wrestling buddies. Remember wrestling buddies?
Yeah.
Did you
the
have
pillows? One? I didn't have one.
You didn't have one?
No,
They were so good.
My cousins had one. And I was so jealous.
Yeah.
They had a Hulk Hogan. Or no, they had an Ultimate Warrior one.
I had an Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And I had an Ultimate Warrior, and this is how old it is. I wrote Blue Jays 92 World Champions all over it. That's how long ago that was. That was their first World Series too, so 1992. Good Lord.
You desecrated the Ultimate Warrior.
I did.
Because of a baseball game.
That's right.
Terrible.
I like to desecrate things. But those were, I mean, talk about marketing that was like knowing your audience. It's like, well, all these kids are just wrestling with pillows anyway, so let's make pillows shaped like the wrestlers. Like, yep, done.
Yeah.
Classic. So I could probably charm someone into doing that for us.
We'll see.
I get the belt, though.
There's a belt now.
Yeah, because it was my idea.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.